If you've done all of that and you still don't notice a reproduction of your pain, we're going to add contralateral cervical flexion. So we're going to bend away from the side that we are, away from the affected side. And while we were resting, let's continue with our nerve gliding exercise demonstration. And right now, I'm going to be showing you an exercise to help release tension in the median nerve. A few days ago, I ended up showing you guys how to perform the upper limb tension test. And upper limb tension test number 1 was specifically for the median nerve. And what we want to do is we are going to be taking upper limb tension test number 1, and now we're going to be turning the test into an exercise. With regard to the actual positioning, the way that we want to start is with the elbow flexed to 90 degrees. We want pronation of the forearm, and we want flexion of the wrist. So this is going to be the position that we're going to start in, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to start in a supine position. So we're going to be laying down on our backs on the table. From this position, step 1, we want to go into depression of the shoulder. So whatever side is affected, we want to bring that shoulder blade down toward the ground. You're going to do 3 to 5 repetitions, and then ask yourself, are my symptoms getting better, worse, or staying the same? If your symptoms are getting worse or staying the same, stop immediately. There's no need to continue. However, if your symptoms are getting better, what we would want to do is perform 20 repetitions. And that's the exercise. Let's say that you do the depression of the shoulder and you don't notice a reproduction of your symptoms. In that case, we're going to maintain the shoulder depression, and we're going to build tension by adding coronal abduction, abduction, bringing the arm away from the midline of 120 degrees. And we're going to do 20 total 3 to 5 repetitions. After 3 to 5 repetitions, you want to ask yourself, are my symptoms getting better, worse, or staying the same? If your symptoms are getting worse or staying the same, stop immediately. There's no need to continue the exercise. We don't want to exacerbate your symptoms. However, if you notice an improvement in your symptoms, we're going to continue. So you're going to go maintain that depression and do 20 repetitions of coronal abduction to 110 degrees. Let's say you did the shoulder depression, you did the coronal abduction to 110, and you still did not notice a reproduction of your symptoms. We're going to build tension on the nerve by going into lateral rotation. Do 3 to 5 repetitions, and then ask yourself, are my symptoms getting better, worse, or staying the same? If your symptoms are getting worse or staying the same, stop immediately. There's no need to continue. However, if your symptoms have gotten better, we are going to perform 20 repetitions. So we're going to maintain that depression, maintain the abduction of 110 degrees, and then do 20 repetitions of lateral shoulder rotation. Let's say you do depression, you do the coronal abduction, you do the lateral rotation, you still don't notice a reproduction of your symptoms. What we're going to do from here is we're going to go into supination of the forearm. So you're going to turn your fingertips toward your head, do 3 to 5 repetitions, and then ask yourself, are my symptoms getting better, worse, or staying the same? If your symptoms are getting better, you're going to go ahead and perform this as an exercise. If they're getting worse or staying the same, stop immediately, no need to continue. But if they are getting better, we're going to go ahead and we are going to maintain that shoulder depression. We're going to go into 110 degrees, and then we are going to maintain that lateral shoulder rotation. Supination, do 20 repetitions. And then if you didn't notice anything at that point, we want to then go into wrist and finger extension. Do 3 to 5 repetitions, and then ask yourself, are my symptoms getting better, worse, or staying the same? If they have gotten worse or stayed the same, stop immediately, no need to continue. However, if they have gotten better, we're going to maintain the depression, the abduction of 110, the lateral rotation, supination, and then do 20 repetitions of the wrist extension. Let's say you did all of that and you still didn't notice any type of reproduction of your pain. We would then add the elbow extension. So we maintain depression of the shoulder, 110 degrees, lateral rotation. We're going to go into supination, wrist extension, and then from here, maintaining all of those, we're going to do 3 to 5 repetitions of elbow extension, and ask yourself, are my symptoms getting better, worse, or staying the same? If they're getting worse or staying the same, stop immediately, no need to continue. We don't want to exacerbate your symptoms. If they're getting better, we're going to perform it as an exercise. So maintain the depression, maintain the abduction of 110, maintain the lateral rotation, maintain the supination, maintain the wrist and finger extension, and then do 20 repetitions of elbow extension. If you've done all of that and you still don't notice a reproduction of your pain, we're going to add contralateral cervical flexion. So we're going to bend away from the side that we are, away from the affected side. Do 3 to 5 repetitions while maintaining all of those other points. And then ask yourself, are my symptoms getting better, worse, or staying the same? If they are getting worse or staying the same, stop immediately. There is no need to continue. However, if your symptoms have improved, you would add all of that and do 20 additional repetitions of contralateral cervical flexion. And that would be a great way to release tension on the median nerve. During the next rest period, we're going to be doing upper limb tension test number 2 and turning it into an exercise. But for right now, our rest period is up. Time for set number 8. That was just a tiny taste of what can be found in my members only section. If you enjoyed it, become a member for only $5 a month to get access to hundreds of member only videos.